Welcome to CRT Cold Hard Trash, episode 62. I'm your host, Trashcan Jones.
And I'm Breeeeeeg, your fellow host, with a new mic stand.
Yeah, now you got the little thing, it's not blocking your face so much.
Yeah.
Pretty good. It'll look better in the clips, especially.
Yeah, did notice that, and a lot of them I was pretty hidden.
Yeah, you just kind of, especially when you want to get into it, you just kind of like hide behind it, so. It looks a little bit better now, hell yeah. I noticed, or I had this kind of thought the other day of just how many times, because I played sports a lot as a kid, how many times that I was just like thrown into a completely alien space to me, and I was just like, oh yeah, you're supposed to be here. And I was. Like, everybody around me was like, yeah, you're supposed to be here. No one questioned it. I was just like, I'm in, you know, like the random back-ass part of this school. Like, if I was a bad person, I could probably do really bad things right now. Like, it was a lot of different situations where I was just put, like, alone in places where I wasn't, like, familiar and no one would know who I was. It's strange.
Well, yeah, but, like, if something happens, the person who put you there is going to be like, I know who did that. And then
maybe. I was going to say, even then, they left me unsupervised for a lot of it, too. My coaches and stuff, they were just like, all right, you guys stay here. We got to go, like, you know, talk to whatever school officials.
Yeah, but they left you there. You know, it's like all of a sudden, like, the gas line's out behind the stove.
They're not going to know who did it, but they might know
they have
one
a gas.
of us. They might know it was one of us.
Any cameras around?
Probably. Back then, probably no. Even, like, in the 2010s. Probably wasn't cameras everywhere in schools like there is today.
Yeah, I mean, we had a couple in my school.
I don't think we had, like, inside school cameras. We had ones, I think, like, pointed towards the outside, like the front doors, but we didn't have, like, inside cameras, like in the hallways and whatnot. Could have gotten away with a lot of shit. I didn't, though. I was a pretty good kid. I just kind of realized, like, there's a lot of fire alarms I could have pulled and no one would have known.
I remember in, like, 7th grade or something like that, 7th or 8th grade, my middle school was doing a arts festival. And so I was in band, so I would, you know, be part of the arts festival. But, like, we'd only have a certain, like, performance time. And there'd be the other bands, and then, like, the elementary school bands, and then there'd be, like, the art galleries and stuff like that in the lunchroom. And they got some high school freshmen to be guards, keeping people from going into the rest of the school. So my friends and I took it as a challenge to see if we can get past them.
Like, physically? Like, you're just going to try to shove past them?
No, I mean, it's like a pretty wide hallway, you know? They're just like, hey, you know, you can't go in there.
Oh, so you were going to try and juke them, like.
And I did. And
Nice.
made it past. It made a distraction or something. I made it past, but it's just like, I didn't really have anything to do. All the doors were locked. Even if I wanted to do something, so I just sort of hung out in the bathroom to just, like, you know, hide and make sure that nobody caught me. And then I was like,
all right,
I didn't have an objective. Yeah, so I just got up and then I, like, walked out of the
never thought
the
I'd
back
get this
exit,
far.
and then I just walked back in the front, and I was like, yep.
Haha. What the hell? Oh, that's weird. Why did you make that a mission for yourself? Why did you want to get past them?
They just told me I couldn't.
I don't know, I guess.
Simple
Angst
enough.
spirit, yeah.
Yeah, it was in 7th or 8th grade. It seemed like a fun challenge.
Not fair. And it was a freshman. Okay, so I mistook that. So you were, like, the younger one trying to outsmart the older kid.
Yeah.
Okay. That makes a little more sense to me.
Yeah.
I thought it was the other way around. Like, you were going to, like, who's this freshman trying to get past him?
A middle school freshman, 6th grader. And I shove him down, walk in.
Give me your lunch money, nerd.
That's bullying.
Yeah, no, it will 100% be.
But I've, like, when we were working in, like, floral stuff, we were actually supposed to be in those places, but, like, we were in a lot of those back rooms.
Yeah, that's wild, too.
Service elevators and...
I even completely forgot about that. We worked at the, I don't know, should we even say, like, the place out loud? Because it's...
No. I mean, we probably could. But
yeah, probably shouldn't. When we worked at this wedding place, we got to go to, like, some of the ritziest places around the city. Like, the literal Ritz-Carlton on the 35th ballroom floor. Like, it was amazing. But, yeah, they kind of left us alone in the back rooms, those really fancy places. We could have done a lot of damage. I did one time on accident when I knocked a whole vase full of sand over. Why are they having vases full of sand at your wedding? It's stupid, but...
Well, I mean, it's like... It's not going to cloud up like water.
Yeah, but it just seems like heavy and unnecessary. Their whole thing was like a beach theme, so there's like a bunch of little shells in it, and like they hit it like in the curtains because they didn't want it for the ceremony. They only wanted it for the reception. So like I didn't realize it was in the curtains when I leaned over to like put something there, and then, yeah, knocked an entire like 50-pound vase of sand over into some carpet on the 35th floor of the Ritz-Carlton. That was fun.
I'm going to be vacuuming that for years.
I got told I did a really good job that day.
I mean, hey, you made a mistake and you owned up to it.
Yeah.
You'd be very surprised of how that may not be that common in the industry. Like, yeah, you get like, that's kind of the thing is that when you work at these types of things, it's like if you mess up something, like you have to own up to it, and they keep on saying it, and I can only presume it's because people don't.
But like, how would I have not owned up to it? It was like, oh, it fell. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, true.
Like, I literally was like, it was 2 inches from me, and it was collapsed at my feet. Like, I had sand on my shoes. I was like, I'm sorry. I don't know what you want me to say. There's a vase full of sand that was hidden from view. I don't know what you expected, sir.
It was also cool to, like, going up the elevator there, my ears popped.
Oh, really?
Sure. Yeah.
That's pretty cool. I never really get that feeling when, like, going into planes or stuff like that. My ears popping at elevation.
Mm-hmm.
That's wild, though. I remember the ceiling there was, like, not a chandelier. I guess the entire ceiling was one chandelier, but, like, each individual crystal was hung by a chain to, like, make one big chandelier.
Mm-hmm.
Like, kept going farther and farther down as you got in. It was so cool to look at.
Ritzy.
Right? Look up pictures of the 35th floor ballroom of the Ritz-Carlton. Super nice.
Also, never knew about that location, too. It's, like, right next to Water Tower Place.
Yeah, right?
It's, like, attached.
It's crazy. The Standard Club, too. I never even heard of that place. Another really fancy place.
Mm-hmm.
Wild. We went there a bunch of times. The shittiest service elevator, though. Good God. That thing was terrible. I remember we literally had to pop the access panel off to get poles up. It was stupid.
I think I remember that.
This is so dumb. It was like the rattiest, shittiest elevator that you were sure was going to collapse any second, even though you were only carrying like 20 pounds of poles. You're like, this is going to collapse. There's not meant for humans.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh.
I'm pretty sure somebody stole some goods when we were working there. I've definitely talked to a couple people that like had stories where it's like, yeah, you know, there was like an unattended box of like Tito's candles.
Oh yeah,
just took that.
Right.
I never did personally. I think I stole a Coca-Cola from a different job where I was in a situation like that.
The only thing I stole from that job, technically, was like the batteries they were going to throw out afterwards, because we put like the 3 AAA batteries in their little light fixtures, and they were going for like 4 hours, and they were like, all right, throw these batteries out because we're not going to reuse them. And I was like, no. I just put them in my pocket. I just had pockets full of AA's. Controller, everybody gets controller batteries, all at 90%.
Yep.
Great, though.
And I get why they don't use them again, right? Because, like, how are you going to keep track of the battery life of each individual battery? Like,
right, and you're sitting at an event, like, swapping out batteries. You don't want to just do that. Just eat the cost of, like, the $5 it was for, lump all the batteries into one lump sum.
But you aren't supposed to just throw them in the garbage.
No, you're not. We just had garbage bags full, and we were told to throw them in a dumpster. Like, that's not... We also had garbage bags full of water that went in the same dumpster, so I'm pretty sure it was not... not meant to be that.
Garbage bag full of water. Just sounds like an evil like thing.
Because we were meant to do it, and they were like, oh, should we dump them in the sewers? And then, like, there wasn't sewers, like, near around us. We're like, we're not going to carry this, like, all the way to a sewer. Like, even if we have to roll it, we're just hucking into the dumpster. Thing done. I didn't realize that till right now. That was the same dumpster that we threw those bags of water in. So it probably was not a good time for that garbage truck.
Yeah, it's probably just some corrosion and whatever.
Yeah, it probably just looked all gross. I don't think it would have started a fire or anything. Duracells don't like pop and boom like that. They'd have to be like the big lithium vape batteries that don't have capacitors in them. Is that what's the difference in them? They just literally have nothing in besides the liquid?
I have no idea.
I think
I know very little about batteries.
I thought that was the main difference. Like, that's why they were like the big fat ones. You could literally hear liquid sloshing around because they don't have capacitors, which is why they could blow. Because if a charge continuously goes through it, then there's nothing to stop it, nothing for it to bank on, and eventually just. Those are some crazy videos, though. Have you ever seen those where people are like,
yeah, just like walking along and then
just black cloud of smoke starts coming up from their purse or from their pocket? Jesus. Can't believe we were using those literal bombs as vapes for so long.
I mean, it's the only way you could really get it done, right?
Back then, yeah, there was that, or like those RDA ones. They were literally just the push fire. But even then, it was still like the battery in there. It just had like a way stronger, basically bomb shielding, having like a copper tube and shit around it.
Well, that's just a pipe bomb.
I mean, yeah, I essentially, what's like this copper like bends, right? It doesn't like fragment, does it? I feel like copper is one of those like. It melts and doesn't shrapnel. Maybe copper does make shrapnel. I don't know. Maybe I'm way off about my metal knowledge. I don't know anything about metal science.
I mean,
I feel like it's malleable, right? It doesn't like chip. It like just kind of like bends. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like it's either way. Having those giant battery vapes was like nothing short of just carrying around bombs. Thinking back of those was so dumb, but it was fun blowing big clouds. It was fun. I can't deny that.
Yeah. Chuffing clouds.
Chucking some fat ones, brother. One hit, like, literally hot boxes your entire car. It's so dumb. I can't believe I carried those in my pocket. It was like a 3-pound weight with a glass tank on top of it. Oh, it's so dumb. Good times.
Yeah.
Any other times of mischief in childhood you get up to besides your like cloudy with a chance of meatballs theft?
You know, I think I had a couple of stories that I was trying to think of and put together, but you know, they come and they go.
Yeah, I don't often really like think on my childhood, try to like that of like, oh, look at all the times I got in trouble. Unless it was like a really legendary time, you know. Even then, like I feel like a lot more of those times were when I was like, you know, young teenager, not actual childhood.
So I was like young. I was like, this is about like right after I left Boy Scouts, so I think I was still in middle school. And I joined that one youth group, and we had like an annual event at some college in Illinois. I forget the one. And I went there, and I won the talent show. I got $100 for playing my guitar.
Hell yeah.
On the way back, I found the 100 chicken nugget deal at McDonald's, and I bought it. And it was like, I don't know, like $40.
I was going to say, definitely not $100, I would hope.
And then on the way, as we were heading out, I saw a homeless guy on the side of the road, and I like asked the like chapter leader guy, the guy that was driving, like, can you roll in the window? I want to give him these. And he told me no.
Oh.
And then I went home and I told my mom that I did do it because I wanted to do it.
Well.
But I didn't. And then she found out that I didn't.
Well, man, wait, how'd she find out?
She was like bragging about it to someone at the youth group. No, he didn't.
Man. Come on, Mom, why are you blowing up a spot like that?
Yeah, so, I mean, like, yeah. Then she kept on bringing it up that I lied that one time. I guess it's, like, the closest, like, it's something I can think of. I do feel bad about it. I mean, I didn't give the guy anything. But, yeah, I don't know. Any other mischief? What could I have done?
One time when I was walking back from school, my driveway had, like, this rock patch kind of next to it, which is just a bunch of loose rocks. And I picked one up, and I thought, maybe I could just get a rock, like, all the way from, like, the end of my driveway up and over the fence and into my front yard. And I cocked back, and I threw it right into the back of my mom's windshield. It was right through the back. Like, didn't even, like, bounce off, just clean through.
Did you tell her?
I mean, she found out pretty immediately because my brother went and told. I was walking home with him. And she told me that I was grounded forever after that. I don't know how long it lasted, but I got in pretty big trouble.
Well, did she tell you you're not grounded?
I don't remember. I just remember.
Dude, I think you're grounded.
I think I might still be grounded. Shit.
Yeah.
I think I don't talk to her anymore.
Had me thinking of something. Oh, yeah. When I was really young, there was the like cul-de-sac next to my house. So my house was like, you know, down the block, and then there was like this big sort of field and then the next road. And so that big field next to me, some housing developers bought it up, made it a cul-de-sac. It was just being built when I was a kid. And my dad used to play paintball in like the woods, I think it was woods, not a field, or like light woods or something like that.
Right, yeah. We got tree cover and stuff like you would need.
And so he was interested in the developments and stuff. And on his day off, he would get me. We'd go over to the under construction buildings, and he'd have me as my tiny, 5-year-old self sneak into the buildings through ways that he couldn't fit, and then unlock the door from the inside, and we'd check him out.
Hell yeah. Sounds fun.
It was pretty, and it was like, parent sanctioned mischief.
Right, yeah. That's pretty awesome. Specifically use you to crawl into the small crevices.
Yeah, he was a big guy. Really big guy. Like 300 pounds.
Oh,
so.
Makes sense then. I always wanted to live in a cul-de-sac because of Ed and Eddie. It always seemed like a fun time. Like, everybody basically on the block getting to know each other because you're all facing each other.
Yeah.
Seemed like a cool way to live.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm sort of indifferent to it.
Yeah.
Really. It sounds like a cool block party. You got a nice little area in the center.
That's
no
what I'm
one's
saying.
going to be driving through.
That's what I'm saying. You can, block that off and, this is our town, cul-de-sac town when you're doing a block party. Be sweet.
Mm-hmm.
I always envisioned, that would be, cool, that circle part. You could do, it's a whole circle of road. It's a big area. You don't really see that often. It'd be cool to be able to have, a basketball court. You're setting that up at the end of your driveway, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Big area. Playing some two-hand touch football. You can get some long pass plays going. Pretty sweet.
I've seen a lot of I've seen my handful of cul-de-sacs and, communities like that. It's not like a gated community. It's just like a suburban, this is Fox Ridge or something like that. And you go in and it's just, houses everywhere. Maybe a park. It goes up and it's cul-de-sac, 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 or a loop.
They know. They know how to live. That's, the premier way to live. Everybody gets a cul-de-sac.
It's suburban sprawl, but yeah, sure.
I mean, you said it was a gated community too.
I explicitly said it wasn't gated.
Oh, sorry, I misheard.
Not gated. It's just it's a community. It's has a name and all that stuff.
Good community planning. I like that.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's very car centric because it's not you have shops within that community. I walk to the grocery store.
True.
Where I live. You do too.
Yeah, that's true. You either have to drive pretty much to go anywhere.
To the single entrance or exit to that entire place. And it depends on where you are.
They should open up some shops in there. That's prime real estate. Get a pizza place or a 7-Eleven. Bing, bang, boom.
Zoning would prevent you from doing that.
That's some bullshit. Is it really just because you marked that whole area off probably as residential, now you can't put shops there?
You would need to get something changed by the city. Or something like that.
Just have the main road thoroughfare and its left and rights be, public land that can shop build or something. I don't know.
Yeah, but that's just a different thing.
Well, yeah, I'm just saying that then they don't have to drive super far. They can still walk from the cul-de-sac to shops and whatnot.
Yeah, it's just a different thing.
I was trying to solve the problem. I'm trying to make a utopia here. I'm trying to build my ideal community. Everybody gets a cul-de-sac and everybody's in walking distance from groceries or everything they need.
Fair enough, yeah.
Sweet.
Nobody's ever tried it.
That's what I'm saying. Get on it, city planners. Akon City just got shut down. We need another celebrity step up. Bing, bang, boom. Did you hear about Akon City? Are you keeping up with that? Excuse me.
I thought I did recently. Maybe it was you that mentioned it to me.
It recently just got shut down for good, I guess, because you
it was
backed out
something
publicly.
On Twitter or something. I was walking out to my car and I looked at my phone and it's Akon's city is being revoked by the government.
Yeah,
they're taking it back.
It's officially done because it was a whole thing. I guess he started off doing really actually good work by providing solar power to a lot of different African countries, but I guess the way he did it was kind of not great practices by specifically giving solar power to one political candidate's area of land, so they get voted in and whatnot. I don't know. I didn't look too far into it. I just know that there were some shady business practices that eventually led to him getting a line of credit with the Chinese government and basically putting a lot of African countries into debt with the Chinese government that they could never pay back with all those solar panels and whatnot. So it's
I just heard that he he wasn't able to really get anything done in terms of his city.
Right, and then that was going to lead into that. So with Akon City, when he tried to get more credit from the Chinese government and then basically do a lot more of that. He, I guess, hit a lot of red tape in actually building infrastructure and whatnot beyond just solar panels. And probably the launch of Akon didn't help because he tried to launch a cryptocurrency that was going to like unite all of Africa together, but they have already this like essentially Cash App, Venmo type thing that they use. I forget the name of it. It's like specific to them that they already kind of use and is pretty ubiquitous. So him being like, oh yeah, I'm going to start my new coin and I am the bank. Ha ha ha. Guess what? Everybody was like, no. They were not falling for that shit. So that probably didn't help the funding and planning of Akon City.
Well, the thing, I don't know if he would have actually rug pulled as much as like just tried to become a king, you know?
Yeah, that seems what he was trying to go, yeah. He's just trying to be like king of this place. I don't know why. I don't know why he thought people would fall for that.
Well, he made some good music, and then he pulled an Icarus.
Yeah.
Rip and Pip, Akon City.
Yeah, he had really weird views about like traditional gender roles and whatnot, so I'm not really too concerned about his Rip and Pip.
Not surprising.
Yeah, it's really not. I appreciated a lot of his music early in life, but it's kind of hard to listen to it now, knowing everything that he's been through. Might be deleting some of it off my Spotify. Rest in piss. No peace for you, Akon.
He's still alive.
Rest in peace,
city.
buddy.
Okay. Yesterday I went to the Morgan Freeman Blues Symphony Experience at Ravinia.
Hell yeah, sounds nice. Is it Morgan Freeman himself playing blues, or were they playing blues over Morgan Freeman?
So Morgan Freeman was kind of like the MC in a pre-recorded sense. He did come out before the show and like do a short interview.
Oh, like actually him?
Yeah.
Oh shit, cool.
As far as I can tell, I think the best way to describe his relationship to this symphony experience is he's like a patron of the arts.
So he just kind of like allowed them to use his name?
No, he's a patron of, like he put this together.
Oh.
They called him crazy for mixing blues and symphony.
Oh shit, that's awesome.
Because he he mentioned this, he owns a blues club in like around the Mississippi River Delta. I think it's in like Louisiana or something around there. Then as the show was going, he was like explaining the history of blues, and like they did a Led Zeppelin song at one point too, because they were like you wouldn't have rock and roll without the blues. And
yeah, I mean, true. They were the
Zeppelin.
first like rock and roll, like rock and type with like electric guitar type of things. Damn, that's wild. And you had Morgan Freeman just like narrating the whole time, like doing that.
It would introduce each song.
Still, that's wild.
Yeah.
I can't believe Morgan Freeman was out doing shit like that. How old is he at this point?
Old.
I was gonna say he's probably.
They said he has a career that started in the '60s, which would mean that this is a 60-year career.
Yeah, at this point.
And depending on what age he started that career.
What do you think? What do you think? Take a guess.
At least 80. Say 83.
Ooh, giving him some credit. He's 88.
Okay.
Is it giving him some credit or not giving him enough credit? I guess maybe not giving him enough. I don't know how that would go.
I guessed wrong.
You guessed wrong. I'll just say that. He was a little older than you thought. He's 88 and he's still out there doing shit like this. That's wild. Talk about keeping your mind active.
Yeah.
He's got two musical genres swirling in his head like, damn it, I need to get out.
Well, the thing with a symphony is that, like, I feel like symphony you can kind of throw into everything, really.
Like, I feel like it's kind of like
it in there.
It's the base of like kind of all music. I feel like because it was like one of the first like widely spread kind of music. Just like, I mean, that big.
It's Western music. It's the basis of Western music. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. That's.
But.
Wild. It's wild to think like. He's symphony and blues. So was it like just a lot of like saxophone and different stuff like that mixed in there too?
Yeah, I mean, it was like they had like the blues
like
section of the band where
guitar.
there was like the blues section of the band with like a singer, or a couple singers, maybe 3 singers, 2 or 3 guitarists, a drum kit. One of those singers was also a harmonica player and a bassist. With 6 strings, I counted.
Is that not normal for a bass guitar?
Bass is normally 4.
Oh.
You can add as many strings as you want, realistically. But
Hell yeah.
I mean, up to 6 is, like, decently common. Like, typically you'll do, you do the 4-string, you'll add a 5th string for one lower register, and you add a 6th string for a single higher register. And after that, like, you know, when you get higher than that next string that you added, then you're just kind of, like, really into guitar territory. Like, yeah, you can, but you could also just move higher up the neck and play those same notes. It's all up to taste, really.
That's wild. I don't really know, like, a whole lot about the actual musical instruments of it, I'm realizing, but it seems like wild to be able to blend all that together.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
cool
like,
experience.
the symphony you can just do a lot. You know, you get the string section, the flute section, you get your horns, saxophone. And, yeah. They all sort of fit similar roles to different aspects of music. You know, we always, like, we have our bass, we have our percussion, we have our, like, mid-register, our tenor, alto, soprano type deal. And depending on which register you're in, you kind of have a different role inherently. And then you get the different, like, timbre is what they call, like, you know, the type of a sound.
A timbre?
Timbre. Timbre.
Wait, so, wait.
Yup. Yup.
Music
Or
theories.
timbre, really.
Why?
It's not timbre.
Why?
I don't know.
Damn music theory.
Um,
I've never studied any of this. Music theory is kind of alien to me, so this is all very fascinating.
yeah, that's cool stuff.
Yeah.
The instruments sort of play what you expect them to play. They fill the niche that you expect them to fill if you listen to enough of that type of stuff. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Harmonica is a pretty cool instrument because, like, it's really easy to, like, make a sound that sounds good from it because you just sort of blow into it.
Yeah, I mean,
And it's, like, in key with itself, and you hit a bunch of notes and cool, whatever. And, I mean, like, if you really want to play it, like, you do got to learn how to be good at it.
yeah, to actually be able to hit, like, half notes, and I assume, like, there's probably ways of, like, blowing 2 different holes at the same time, and maybe, like, is there, I don't want to jump on harmonica techniques, but maybe, like, putting your tongue in between to, like, blow a hole, like, but skip a hole or something like that, like you would on a piano? I don't know.
Maybe, probably. But
yeah, I wouldn't know. I was just trying to think of, like, different ways to, like, actually be able to master that. That's wild. I never even thought, like, just playing a harmonica. I played with, like, a bunch of them as a kid, obviously, and just do, like, the pretty easy, but trying to think of higher level techniques. It's wild to think. There probably is higher level techniques for the harmonica, but I just never considered.
some of my favorite, like, just random videos on the internet are ones involving harmonicas, where it's just like you blow up like a big ass balloon, and you take a harmonica and then you shove it into the opening, and then you let the balloon deflate, and it's just. I can't make a harmonica sound very well, but
Yeah, no, I mean, have you seen the Houston Jones videos where he does, like, the harmonica, like, rubber banded into his mouth while he gets, like, whatever pain done to him?
Yep.
It's
Like taking an exercise band and slapping it on the.
yeah, and it's just a delay to just like. It just lets out the funniest little cartoon sound.
Also, just thinking, you know, like putting a harmonica up against a vacuum and just making a loud as fuck noise. Just make everybody upset.
Or putting a harmonica on your tailpipe. You've seen that before too. Harmonica's a great instrument. Harmonica, Rubber Chicken, another great classic comedy.
Similar idea to just the harmonica videos where you're just making a shit ton of noise. Like,
yeah.
That's another one of my favorite videos is just the guy walking up to a big, like, Walmart tub. Like, you know, like the, not tub, but it's like the grate.
Right, yeah.
Thing. And just sticking his hand on all the rubber chickens. And letting it go and walk away. It's beautiful. Shoving the microphone to your earbuds inside of the rubber chicken, and then answering a spam call, and then just letting it go.
That's pretty great. I feel like that might blow out your microphone, though. I love rubber chickens on the feet when you're running. Classic. Yep. Rubber chickens on the bike tires. Classic comedy. We've talked about the the piano falling and stuff too. It's just like those classic comedy bits where you can't even like. There's no point to it. There's no way it would happen naturally, and then when it does, you're just like, that's funny. I don't know. I wonder how someone thought about that. Piano, I guess, kind of would happen more naturally because people might have moved pianos that way at one point, but.
Well, the rubber chicken is interesting because it's like what we have today is not a rubber chicken. That is a plastic chicken.
Yeah, it's like polyester or like synthetic urethane, whatever it is.
Yeah, so like that is and with a noisemaker, like that just doesn't feel like that old timey, and that feels like something that showed up like just before our lifetime.
Yeah, they had those like noisemaker type things, even like as whistles for the army, when you could just like crank them and make like big noise things.
Yeah, but like the idea of a rubber chicken, I just feel like it's something different, something that's actually rubber, which wouldn't be able to do that.
Huh. What do you mean? Like the rubber wouldn't be able to do that?
Yeah, because the rubber would, maybe it could, but like, I don't know. I feel like plastic is, its ability to go back into its original shape like that is different than that of rubber, which is sort of either more rigid or thin enough that it wouldn't be able to
Right,
go
so
back
you're
into
saying like the old school original rubber chicken, that's probably like, was a different type of gag.
Was it nothing like what we've seen.
Right, it's not like an audio gag. Interesting.
I think it's just something you hit people with.
Yeah, it's probably like a clown bonking over the head.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, it still is today, but now it just makes a funny noise.
Yeah.
Interesting. Interesting how the rubber chicken evolved. I hadn't thought about that either.
Well, I mean, we don't know if it evolved. It's like, we're just guessing here. You know, we're making like a rubber religion. Rubber chicken religion.
A rubber religion?
Yeah, we don't have any proof. We're just looking for ways to rationalize the world around us.
Let me just Google original rubber chicken. Maybe Google AI will be on something today. It's already pretty off about something. No, not even. There's maybe a Wikipedia article about it, but all I can know about it is that clowns have been using it for centuries. Maybe they made funny noises back then. Maybe they didn't.
I've never seen a clown use a rubber chicken.
Really?
Nope.
I feel like that's like a classic clown thing. You get the rubber chicken and just bonk them over the head or like slip on it and whatnot.
And then you slip on a banana.
Yeah, let's slip on a banana, but like rubber chicken's also another like easy one you pull out and slip on that too. Clowns slip on a bunch of stuff. They slip on their pie afterwards, you know. They're slipping on everything. Pour some seltzer water, slip on it, you know.
So I actually don't think I've seen that many clowns in my life. I think they more exist as like a horror element than like what their original intended purpose is to our generation.
I think it's weirdly, I want to say a thing of like, maybe sitcoms always had clowns. I'm trying to think of all the clowns that I've seen. I feel like a lot of sitcoms just had an episode where there was just like a birthday clown and they were doing like maybe like the hokey clown act. So maybe the only thing I know about clowns is like the satire of clowns that people like make fun of. So maybe that's not even a real depiction of what clowns do. Because I haven't been to like birthday party clowns. I've only seen clowns on TV in movies.
There's a classic tale of Pagliacci.
Is it I've been trying to remember that motherfucker's name. Is it Pagliacci the clown?
Yeah.
But doctor, I am Pagliacci.
Yes.
Yeah.
I believe it's Pagliacci.
I was trying to think. I thought it was Paglinacci or Paglinucci or something like that. Pagliacci.
Yeah.
That's a great one.
You probably just didn't know how to pronounce it in the first place. Because you always read it in the comic.
What's like the? I guess that's like a tale of irony, right? Or just like, what would that? Is there a moral or a story to that, or is it just a funny joke of just like, haha? Because I'm trying to.
The whole thing is like that he spends his life making other people happy,
but he himself is not.
Yeah.
And he can't make himself happy. The doctor always recommends people go see Pagliacci, and then when Pagliacci himself comes in, what's the doctor to do? So I feel like it's a good bit of like almost like Greek tragedy irony, you know? But why is it funny?
I would maybe you can call it a tragedy. I don't know. I mean, it's not super funny.
I find it kind of funny.
It's not. I don't know. It's a strange punchline. Like it's just like, oh, this guy's sad.
Yeah, and it's just, I guess
there's a reveal to it. I guess I don't know about irony though. I would need to brush up on my irony because a lot of people use the word irony wrong.
Yeah, it's true. I might be misusing that myself.
But if you could pinpoint what you mean by irony, maybe that would help. But there's also that one song, Isn't It Ironic, where like every single thing that she mentions is not.
It's not ironic. Yeah, that's the ironic part about the song.
I don't. It's not. I don't think that's the point.
Yeah, no. Someone told me to do that once, and I'm like, I feel like that's just a cop out. What's ironic about the song "Ironic" is that nothing in the song is ironic. All right.
I don't even know if that's not. So dramatic irony is basically just like the audience knows something that they don't.
Yeah, like rain on your wedding day.
Yeah. The classic example is Romeo and Juliet.
Mm-hmm.
Where you're watching, that is a comedy where
tragic comedy, but yes.
Yeah, but the point is like they're like dumb teenagers in love,
right?
And so Romeo fakes his own death. No, Juliet fakes her own death,
but Romeo doesn't know
to go into the tomb.
Right.
He comes, finds her, gets so upset, kills himself, and
Juliet wakes up, realizes Romeo's dead, kills herself anyway from the fake death, and it's just spent 2 days being fake dead just to end up being real dead.
Yeah, so that's that example. But back to clowns, I did see a yo-yo performer before the Wisconsin State Fair. That's kind of close.
I suppose yo-yo is like a skill though, right? Like being able to do all the different tricks with it. That's more of like,
and then you do like top things, and you like get kids to come up on stage and like help them out with some tricks.
Yeah, it's more like, I feel like Harlem Globetrotters type thing with basketball. You know, I feel like that's more of just like fun show as opposed to clown is like slapstick comedy is expected.
Yeah,
like the yo-yo guy's not bonking himself in the face.
Is a bit of a specific, like maybe we have that idea of someone dressed up in a certain way, but clowning could be the Harlem Globetrotters. You know, the way you get kids involved and you make them laugh, and
there's aspects of clowning.
Them with slapstick and goofy.
I was gonna say there's definitely aspects of clowning within the Harlem Globetrotters, but I feel like maybe it's just because I watched that show Modern Family. Like one of the characters is like super into being a clown and is like, oh, the science of clowning. Like you have to treat it with respect. But I feel like there's actually Cam. Okay,
because Phil's into being a magician.
Yeah.
I've seen some stuff with him in it.
Cam has what's his clown's name? Fizbo. But yeah, apparently there's like a clown it used to be a clown college. I don't think it's around anymore. Barnum and Bailey's used to run. Where like you'd have to learn all the different things like being a clown. I'm sure there's certification still, kind of like Santa Claus, where you can go to a school and like learn the way to be a clown. Like it's a different like subset of things.
And then there's the one clown that I've always seen up on Diversity in Chicago. You just stand on the corner blasting cigarettes and come up to the window and do a balloon animal for you.
I don't know that clown, but that's awesome.
It is great.
Just pulling on a Newport, like what you want. Poodle, snake, I got you.
Well, snakes.
Well, you can get the little coil at the bottom. You can do a little bit with a snake, you know. You could actually do some, and then it's just, please don't blow the smoke in the car, sir. Well, all right. What if you could smoke in the balloon? That'd be pretty sweet.
Yeah. Sneak some nicotine to the kids.
Secondhand. Oh, that'd be bad. It'd probably not be good. My mom used to smoke in the car when we were kids.
Yeah, no, I used to get really car sick, and I don't really as much anymore because of that. It's not a fan of secondhand smoke. Personally, I liked firsthand smoke more when I got to that age.
Yeah,
the secondhand was really awful. The firsthand was really good.
Yeah. It do be like that.
I don't know what it is. Don't smoke at all.
Yeah,
if you don't smoke, don't start. But
don't do it.
It was more enjoyable to smoke than to have secondhand smoke.
I mean, yeah, because you don't get any of the enjoyable effects and all the stinky, shitty smell.
Yeah.
It's not great. The only reason that the stinky, shitty smell is tolerable is because of the first-hand smoke effects.
I've seen some other like street performers at like stoplights and stuff. I saw a rifle team.
Ooh. Were they hopefully using like wooden rifles?
Yes.
Okay. I was going to say, that would be concerning.
Yeah, I saw a rifle team. They came out with all these guns and asked me to give them some money. How could I not?
That would be very, very concerning.
But no, it was like a stoplight, and I'm assuming they knew that it was like a pretty long stoplight because they hang out there all day.
Yeah.
And they came out, they probably timed it, They came out and like in between like the front like 2 cars and like in between the lanes, and they did like a routine in sync, and then they sent guys with buckets down the line, and then they
Hell yeah.
came out the back. It was pretty neat.
I've seen something similar with bucket drummers, where a guy will have like a whole set of bucket drums in front of him and like just do like walking up and down the cars, or like they'll do a whole set in front of him, like set their buckets down. It's pretty cool.
I'll see those whenever I go to like a Sox game. I go to there a couple times a year, and I always walk home because I'm close enough. And there's a drum guy in the under the bridge for the trains.
Right.
Just going crazy. He's there for the acoustics.
Hell yeah. I was going to say, it sounds pretty cool with all the echoey. That was always a really cool thing when we had the PS1. You could put your music discs in there, and then you could turn like different filters on to like make it sound like it was in a church, or like make it sound like it was in a tunnel and different stuff like that. So I'd always like to put songs on and then just listen to them with a different filter.
My old audio, or my old MP3 player had that too.
Oh yeah?
I forget if I don't think it was an iPod. I think it was like some other thing, like just appearing around the same time as like maybe the iPod Nano.
Yeah.
Maybe it was an iPod Nano. I don't really remember. It was an old as hell MP3 player.
Yeah.
But it had like all those different
sweet.
effects. Because all it is just applying a different reverb. And the way that reverb works is that you get an impulse response from a room. So that means you like go into a room and you clap and use your microphone to copy, to like record that one clap and the echo that it produces.
The bounce back, yeah.
Then you take that signal and you basically do a function called a convolution, where you basically multiply that response, that function, with the other function, like at every single point in time, and it makes a reverb.
Whoa,
makes
weird.
it sound like that was recorded in that room. All digitally.
That's weird. So they probably just have like a bass tone of like what a church would be, of like how long that would do, and then they could just use
and
that.
they apply it to the thing as a filter.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Music theory and science with Brig. Hell yeah. That is about the time we got for this episode of CRT. Episode 62, was it? Yeah, 62. We got it right. We're on the evens. Thank you for tuning into this episode. If you enjoyed it, please rate and subscribe. Give us any kind of engagement. We would appreciate it. Rate it 5 stars on the Spotify. Brig said he wanted to do a little bit more calm breakdowns for the outros, so we're going to take it easy. We're going to tell you to have a good night, have a good day, whatever time of day it is for you, and be sure to tune in for the next time, every Tuesday.
Au revoir.
See ya.